everyone. My name is Kaylee Becker, and I am a student at Iowa State University, and I am studying to become a teacher. Today, during this session, I am going to teach you about the different phases of the moon. So, how many of you have seen the moon at night? Yeah, can you describe some of the different shapes that you've seen the moon?
Circle. But sometimes it looks fingernail.
Yeah. You think you can draw that for me on the board? Can you draw a phase that you've seen too? Megan, have you seen any different phases of the moon? Different shapes? You can each draw one that you've seen. Very good detail. So these pictures that you've seen here are called different phases of the moon. And today, you're going to get to learn the different names of the different phases. In order to understand the different phases, we need to discuss why the moon has different phases. So as the Earth revolves around the sun, the moon revolves around the Earth. So I need 3 volunteers. Awesome! Okay, Mercedes, you'll be the sun. So you can come and stand right here in the center. The sun, the sun is the center, and the center never moves. Megan, you'll be the Earth. So the Earth revolves around the sun. So you're going to walk around the sun. And last but not least, Kaylee, now you'll be the moon. So the moon walks around the Earth as the Earth walks around the sun. So if you can walk around Megan as she's walking. There you go. Thank you very much. You all can have a seat now. So if we had a little bit more space, you'd be able to understand this a little more clearly. Another way you can describe it is if you think of the sun on the center of a football field with a track around the football field. So the Earth is running around on the track around the sun, while the moon is running around the Earth. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes really sense.
Okay. So it takes 27.3 days for the moon to revolve around the Earth. How many days are in a month?
30 or 31.
That's right. So 30 to 31 days is very similar to 27.3 days. So it takes about a month for a moon to go all the way around the Earth. So I have a question for you. Does the moon ever change shape?
Yes. No.
Tell me why you think yes.
There's always a circle.
So you think the moon changes shape?
Yes. No, it's the same.
Okay, that's right. Just making sure. You're right. The moon never changes shape. But it looks like the moon changes shape, doesn't it? Well, the moon doesn't change shape, but it looks different at different times of the month. The moon receives light from the sun. The moon doesn't light up, but it receives the light, so it reflects the light from the sun. So the reason the moon looks different in the sky is because the sun lights up different parts of the moon as the moon goes around the Earth. So I have some pictures of the main phases, and you guys have already drawn 3 of them. So I have these worksheets, and these are different phases of the moon. So as I go through the different phases, you girls will color them in. So you can pick a color. Okay. So the first phase is the new moon phase. So you will color the part of the moon that is not lit up. So for the new moon, you would color the whole moon. So the new moon phase is when you cannot see the moon in the sky.
Do we have to write new moon?
I wrote it, so I'll remember it. That's a good idea.
Okay.
Good idea, Mercedes. next phase is called the waxing crescent. Waxing means getting bigger. So I like to think of you're adding a bunch of wax in a pile, and the pile begins to grow. So the moon is starting to grow a little bit, like a little crescent. And when I think of the word crescent, I think of crescent rolls. Have you guys eaten crescent rolls for supper anytime? Mm-hmm. They kind of look like this, don't they? So just so you know, the dark part of this picture is what we cannot see at night, but we can see the white part, or the part that you have.
Oh.
Oops. That's okay.